Akumu, are you going to be vegan?
Claire, are you going to learn Greek?
Yeah.
For me, hell yeah as well.
Yeah.
But can we say yes to everything?
Oui.
No.
Yes. Sí. Yeah.
Sindio?
Kabisa.
Yeah, let's see. It depends on what they give us and if we can handle it. I mean, but if we can handle veganism, we can handle anything, right?
We can handle it. You can't say no because we are
The Yes Girls!
Hello and welcome to the Yes Girls, episode 6. This is our season finale, and we decided to shake things up a little. So we're
Shake.
We're not in the studio, and we're not just talking. We are also being looked at. So we made a bit of an effort today,
Yes, we did.
just a little bit,
I hope you can notice it.
and we did have some help.
A lot of help.
We'll tell you more about that later. So in episode 6, we are on the rooftop of Sankara Hotel in downtown, central Nairobi. Beautiful view of a grey sky. But we're hoping that despite the grey sky, this episode will go viral.
Let's hope so.
But for a very, very good reason.
Yes, exactly.
Although viral may not be the best term to use right now, given the current situation.
Exactly.
Let's move
But given the topic of today, it makes sense.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. So I am Claire.
Wait, so I'm Akumu?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Hi, Saxo.
No, wait, hands off him. I'm Claire.
I'm Akumu. I wanted to be clear for a little longer just to try the British accent, but damn it.
Your British
Anyway.
accent was terrible.
Yeah. So this is episode 6, and we are the Nairobi-based Wanderlusters who make it our mission to do, be, and learn something new every 2 weeks. And this time, we were learning something very interesting.
Yeah, we learned something that would make us feel old. And I think you can agree we don't look that old,
I
especially
know,
with
we don't.
some makeup on. But today we said yes to...
Da-da-da-da-dun. Da-da-da-da-dun. Again? TikTok.
Yes, we said yes to doing TikTok.
Yes.
Which makes sense why we said this episode would go viral, because obviously TikTok is one of the biggest apps right now. In fact, I think it is the biggest. If
I
not
think it is,
top.
yes.
In the top, it's had 6 billion downloads.
Exactly.
6 billion. That's
exactly.
like, wait, no, not 6 billion.
No.
2 billion.
2 billion right
The
now,
world
yes.
is 7 billion, so that's more than a quarter of the entire population has
Exactly.
downloaded TikTok. And we have now downloaded TikTok.
Yes.
And I think we'll get to speak a bit more about what we do with TikTok now.
Yeah, so a little bit of history. So TikTok was started by a company in China called ByteDance back in 2016. And later on, they changed the name to TikTok in 2017. And I think it was in 2018 that they merged with Musical.ly and they became, this big, huge market for young people and everyone who wants to create amazing content.
Or
And-
not amazing content.
Exactly. And the biggest star on TikTok right now is called Charlie D'Amelio. And guess what? She's 16. And how many followers does she have?
How many?
119 million
That's
as we speak.
like 2 times Kenya.
Imagine.
And
Yeah.
probably 3 times England.
Yeah. She
or
has
the UK.
more followers than I think the TikTok channel itself. Yeah. So TikTok has been growing a lot. I think they got to 1 billion in 2020. I think so.
Yeah. But it's not been without controversy. It's banned in a couple of countries.
Yeah.
It was almost banned in the US.
Yeah. It's banned
Not
in
banned
India,
yeah.
banned in Pakistan, as far as I know.
But it's not banned in Kenya. So
Not yet.
We said yes for 1 week
Yes.
to learning a handful of challenges. We had an expert. And we had to learn the challenges, perform them, practice them
Imagine.
a lot. You wouldn't think it, but we did practice a lot. And we're going to share with you our experiences.
Yes. And our fails and just what we think about TikTok right now. So right here we have a very good friend called Alvaro Daza.
Hola.
So Alvaro is from Colombia, and we actually, before we start, I'd like to just introduce him a bit. And the best way to introduce him is to just call him an artist because Alvaro does everything. So he does all kinds of arts, right?
Yes,
Alvaro
mostly.
dances, he cooks, he does interior design. I don't even know what else he does, but he does a lot of things. So, Alvaro, would you like to introduce yourself? And then we'll go into why we got you as an expert for this particular challenge.
Thank you so much. First of all, I'm very excited to be wearing this shirt. It was like my dream to be one of the jazz girls, and finally I'm.
Yes, you are.
Basically, yes, I'm an artist. I grew up surrounded by this world of arts. And then I learned like a bunch of things like what she mentioned, and also like sculpture and architecture,
Wow.
experience design, writing. I have 3 books. And then I've lived and worked in 73 countries now, doing what I love.
Amazing. So we got him for this particular challenge because Alvaro, I think he has Tuesdays as your dance days, right?
Yes, she's dance. Today,
Yeah.
actually, I post my new
Tuesdays,
video.
exactly. So, hey, we can dance with you today. So on his Instagram, he always dances and he even told me once that you wake up on a normal day and you just dance.
Always, every day.
He just gave me a lot of inspiration to try and dance and everything. So he does a lot of videos on TikTok, on Instagram. So we wanted him to judge us on how we did. So how do you think Akumu did in this challenge?
I think it was good.
Yes.
One of the things that I always talked about is that we all have a reason to dance.
Mm-hmm.
And dancing is not about knowing steps. Dancing is about like expressing our hearts.
Exactly.
As long as we are expressing ourselves, we are good for it. So I think that in general it was nice.
Uh-huh.
And TikTok is also about having fun. It's not about like getting the steps very right or something like that. It's just about having fun and just enjoying, moving, and feeling it.
So what would you suggest for me going forward if I'm interested in dance in terms of TikTok or Reels?
One thing that happens with dancing is that it connects you a lot with your spirit. So what I can recommend you is like when you are dancing, like just let it go, let it flow. Like with the time, you will perfection the steps and you will perfection the way how you move and how you express yourself.
Uh-huh.
And that's the only recommendation I can always give.
Yeah, I don't have to be too serious about it. Take it too seriously. Just have fun, right?
No, exactly. Even if you are a professional dancer like me, like you don't really need like to take it as if it was something that is not fun, because it's the opposite. It's something that is extremely fun, and that's why you dance, because you are expressing yourself. So I think that instead of taking it seriously, you need to take it as an opportunity to explore and learn more about yourself.
Yeah, that's a challenge for me to try and do more dances.
So it's my turn with Alvaro to get some feedback on how I did on my TikTok challenge, saying yes to doing TikTok. So Alvaro, are you willing to give me a rating out of 10 of how I did?
No, in general, I don't really enjoy rating people and so on. I think that, like these type of things regarding like scales and like good or bad things, like they're a product of colonization. And I don't really like to go into that, because labeling people is something that we always use in order to validate someone in society. And we are more diverse and deep than that. We can, and arts are something like that allow us just to express who we are, to express all the weaknesses that we have, to express all our strengths, and like to take it from there and just like to love ourselves as we are.
I think we as the Yes Girls should say yes to that and not giving ourselves ratings, because we do usually give ourselves rating and we're usually quite harsh on ourselves. So now you're talking about things about loving ourselves and not being superficial and looking within ourselves. So maybe I'm a social media skeptic, especially when it comes to TikTok, probably because I don't know it. I don't know it well enough. And I'm intrigued. You seem to do a lot with social media that goes well beyond anything superficial. How does that translate to you in your life?
I think that it's very scary, like when you are like facing the public eye, like always. And social media is, as you were saying like before, somehow it's very harsh, because it's a result of all the scales and measurements that we as society set up in order to validate somebody.
Exactly.
And at some point, like that thing of giving like to someone or so on, like start like making people feel annoyed, like messing up with mental health of people because they don't really like know how to feel better if somebody's not giving like to the pictures or something, because it's kind of a way to validate or scale up in society. This is why I'm actually in social media. Because for the longest time, I've always received comments in my personal life about like how emotional I was, how touch and feeling I was, how I was not either black or white, I was not even tall or short, I was not even thin or big, I was not, like I was always in the middle.
So they couldn't label you.
Exactly, and that was annoying for them, and at some point for me it was frustrating, but it's not annoying or frustrating anymore, because in fact, I think that that's the richness of the world, that we can enjoy ourselves being diverse and being conscious of that diversity as something that we can use as a power in order to talk to somebody else. And I think that social media has that power. If we manage and if we get to spread a message in which you can be whoever you want, no matter what people think, you are not showing off. What you are doing is you are showing people what they can do if they are free. And that's, I think, the reason why I'm there.
Yeah, I love that. And you also use social media beyond anything personal, right? You go beyond, you talk about issues and like your home country. And I think, I mean, tell us a bit more about that.
I think that one of the most important things, I always call what I do in general in my life, actibusiness, which is actibusiness.
Actibusiness.
Yes, because I believe that, there shouldn't be like a divorce between being like sustainable in every aspect of your life and socially involved and impact. And that includes being socially involved with yourself. It sounds very funny, but at the end of the day, it's like that whole thing about loving yourself and understanding is like being conscious that whoever you are treating, whoever you are talking to, and the way how you communicate with them is a reflection of who you are as a person. So always asking the question, and how I communicate to the world, being to myself sustainable, being to myself aware, and being happy with who I am, it's important. And in this way, I always think that idea of showing the people what's right, or showing the people at least what's your perspective, without the fear of this or that, is vital. And even if you are not agree, or we are not agree with each other, we should take social media as a tool to have a platform that we can own, to expose things that matter for us, and in this way to create awareness about the importance of speaking up.
So what would you advise to me? You've seen my TikTok dance videos. Stop laughing.
No, I think it's very cool. I loved it. In fact, I love yours a lot, because one of the things that I was mentioning to you, like off the record, was that I really enjoy when people are like owning the thing, and like you were dancing, even when you were dancing like some African beats and so on, like they were so cool, like because you were even like dressed up for it, like, so it's quite cool that you actually just decided to enjoy. I think that that's vital about dancing, as I was mentioning, Fiona, that if you are dancing, you need to bear in mind that the whole important thing is to use dancing as a tool to get to know yourself better, and with that you can just go ahead and move.
Yeah. I think I need to explore it more, the good side of social media, and make it my own.
Exactly.
Like you have. Oh.
I think.
Thank you so much, Alvaro. I've learned so much from you, and yeah, you make me feel happy to go out into the world and do some acty business.
Exactly. That's the idea. Thank you so much for this space to talk.
And the t-shirt looks very good on you.
I love this t-shirt. Like, I'm going to wear it hopefully all the week. So please don't come close to me.
Yeah, get social distance.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks, Alvaro. And we will see you in the future on the Yes Girls.
Yes, please.
Right. So we have danced. We've got our ratings.
Yes.
We
didn't have ratings.
Well, no, but we got good feedback.
Yes.
And I feel like we've learned something. But now I want us to talk about our personal experiences. Okay. When you were behind closed doors in your house, I was behind closed doors in my house, doing things that no one should ever have to see.
Clearly not a 30-something-year-old, yes.
No. How did it go for you? How did you find the experience?
So, funny enough, I always liked dancing. So in high school, I used to dance a lot, right? And the best part about high school was the dances. Like we were doing dances, end of the first semester and stuff. So I generally liked dancing, but this challenge was challenging, to say the least. Yes, it was really, because I think having a camera in front of you and knowing that it's going out for people's entertainment is a bit off. Yeah.
And I think what Alvaro says, as he told us, that people are judging you, or that's how you think.
Yes.
So when that shapes how you perform, you're actually not going to perform as well, maybe.
Exactly.
For some people it might work, but I don't think for us it did.
It doesn't. I think it's like reality shows. You know, the first days you're cognizant of the camera, and then after that you're just like, okay, you forget.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need to do it like maybe 20 times for us to get used to it. So I found it really hard, especially the challenges. I think there was one challenge, the Guanis challenge. I found that easy enough, but the one for Kayet's, Kayet.s, you're very famous for doing the sexy dance.
And we're not. We're not famous.
I mean,
for
we are
doing the
sexy in other
dance.
ways, but not in front of camera. Yeah, so that was challenging. I found it really hard. And you remember you gave me, even after a week, I still told you I hadn't done anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was super challenging. But I think in the recent days, just preparing for this shoot, things got easier and I got more excited. I got obsessed with reels. I spent more time on reels, watching reels. So yeah.
Unhealthy obsession, I might say. You almost didn't make it today because you were still watching reels.
Exactly. I slept late watching reels. So how was your experience?
I've got to say pretty similar to yours.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a good dancer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do pole dancing for fitness.
Okay.
But my advantage is my strength more than my flow or coordination.
Uh-huh.
And also, I mean, I'm not old. Okay, we're not old. But this challenge made me feel old. It's a very different style of dancing. I mean, when I was at school dancing, you put your whole body into it.
Yeah.
Right? And because I'm quite lanky and gangly and not that coordinated, the only way I could pull certain dances off was to go all in.
Yeah.
Whereas for these dances, it's more like contained, and you've got to make it look like you're not making effort, but in fact you are.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to smile all through it.
Yeah, whereas I just look like a constipated, deranged family member that you don't want to invite around to your house.
For Mzungu, you're pretty good, I must say.
So I found it quite anxiety-inducing, actually doing it. Mm-hmm. And it also took me a long time. It took me until the final challenge to realize that you can download the videos. So on TikTok directly, you can't rewind or pause.
Yeah,
you just have to play it through.
Yeah.
So I just have to play it through. And then by the time I get to like minute 10 or second 10, right, the 10th second, I'm lost. So it was only at the last challenge that I realized you can download it and pause and rewind.
Oh, so you prefer the pausing thing. Actually, for me, I find it so short that I just kept it on loop.
If I keep it on loop, then the first 2 moves I've got great, and the rest of it is just a blur.
For me, I look at it different. Like if it's on loop, the next time I'll try a different move. So I'll get the third right. Next time I'll get the fourth right. Next time I'll get the whole thing right. So that's how I practice. I didn't even download. I just kept it on loop, and I did it like 10 times at a time.
Okay, so for me, the downloading helped a lot.
The pausing and then...
Pausing, yeah, like master one move.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I guess by the end, once I got the dances, I did enjoy the end result. And it was funny just making fun of myself. And, I did manage to loosen up a little bit.
Exactly.
So I'd do it early morning or late evening.
Yeah.
I think generally later evening was better than early morning. You're a bit warmer, a bit more, looser.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think maybe I need to find my own way of expressing myself better. Just copying dances, I don't think is a strength of mine.
So are you going to use TikTok, or how are you using TikTok right now? Tell us.
Okay. So now I use TikTok very sporadically.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Well, using is a strong word.
You didn't say sporadic the other day.
Okay, well, sporadic, it depends on your definition. Basically, in the morning, when I'm waking up and I do my ablutions, I have my me time in the bathroom.
Explain ablutions.
Have my me time in the bathroom. I will take my phone with me, and TikTok just comes up with notifications when there's no notifications. They're very clever. So there's a little red bubble, right, with like a 3. So I have to click on it to get rid of it. And then I'll scroll through a little bit, just watch some meaningless videos. But it does leave me feeling, I've got to say, a bit empty because I'm not creating and I'm not learning. Very few of them have any real
content.
It's not that it's real content. I guess the other social media I use, I get news and I get information about things that I'm interested in, running, pole dancing, different like social events, social impact
So
things
for
that
you,
I'm
like
interested
Instagram.
in. So Instagram and Facebook, I get that from, or I know the people and I can identify. TikTok is more just diversion, the way I've seen it. I don't think I'm using it in the way that I could be using it.
Yeah.
So that's how it's applied to my life
is
now.
every morning.
20 minutes in the morning.
That's not sporadic.
And then I have to knock myself out of it and say, you need to get on with your day and work and eat breakfast. What about you?
For me, I don't use TikTok at all. Like, I think my toilet time is for Twitter. It's not for TikTok. So TikTok, I think I go into it maybe once a month. And then now TikTok remembers, oh yeah, you got into TikTok. So the next day they'll send me a notification and I'll be like, no, I'm not going in. But so for me, I think Reels, as of yesterday, I'm obsessed with Reels now. So Instagram Reels, yes.
But
because
in general,
I use Instagram
Twitter
a lot more. Yeah, but
more...
Twitter a lot more. I use Twitter a lot more and Instagram is just one of, yeah.
Okay, so I think we can safely say that TikTok hasn't had a huge impact on our lives.
Yeah.
TikTok in itself, but the lessons we've got from it can be applied to being our true self on social media and the way that we interpret it.
Yeah, and doing more Reels for Yes Girls podcast.
Yeah.
The Instagram
Watch out for
page.
them. So I think that's a good link to maybe do a bit of a look back on season 1.
Yeah,
right?
This is the last episode, yeah.
It is the last episode of season 1. So maybe we can see of the other episodes and challenges that we've said yes to, what has had a bigger impact on our lives. So, Akumu, which challenge, which episode has stuck with you the most?
In terms of changing my life or in terms of messing with my head?
Let's say changing your life for the better.
I think veganism, definitely, because I eat less meat. So it's good for the world. If Akumu eats less meat, I think that's better. And I think I'm just feeling generally better. I haven't really stopped and become a true vegan, but I eat a lot less meat, like maybe once in a week or so. If I'm ever going to eat red meat, I generally do white meat. Yeah, so that's a huge change. I think mixology is also like a second one, because even now when I go to a restaurant or a bar, then I ask for a drink. I understand. When they tell me, the martini glass, I understand more things. So I feel like I'm coming with a bigger mind that has more things. Yeah, I think there's a time I went to. So I still don't drink, right? So I went to a restaurant with a friend of mine, a bar, and I was asking for mocktails. And then they say they don't have mocktails. And then I said, oh, you should give me safe sex on the beach. You remember? The guy laughed. He was like, which one is that? I said, it's safe sex on the beach without the alcohol. So I made his day because at least I knew what I wanted. He gave me a pretty nice mocktail.
I'm definitely more critical when I get a cocktail in a bar. Oh, yeah. I say, yes, please tell the barman that this was a good
So that's a bad
martini.
thing or a good thing?
It's a good thing. I think I appreciate good
more, but if it's
more.
bad,
But if it's bad, then it'll make me upset.
Exactly.
Yeah, or I'll throw it in the pool.
Yeah. So for me, I think those were my top 2. The third would be, this positivity, coding. What was the other one?
Greek.
Oh, and this TikTok, and then Greek. I'm not going back to Greek, so no thank you. Positivity, yes. So I think positivity would be a third for me, and then TikTok would be like close 4th. Yeah.
I think the positivity one really stuck with me, and even people around me, because I talked about it so much, the people around me even talk about it and take note and tend to pause a little bit around me. Yeah.
So you're actively thinking about being positive?
Actively. And the way that I let things get to me, Even the way that my partner Saxo and I talk. I mean, we listened to the episode together. So now anytime I overreact to something or I get maybe overly... I don't want to say overly sensitive because there's no such thing as overly sensitive, but when I allow things to get to me in a way that really affects me in a negative way.
So what does he say when that happens?
Then he says,
positivity.
Remember the Yes Girls challenge.
Oh God. That's a good one.
Which is good. I mean, I want to slap him for it, but I also appreciate it. And it has made me more, more self-aware around that. And then mixology definitely has just been a social... It's opened social things up.
You when people talk to
come
your
around, it's made me so much closer to my neighbors. And now they stop me and say, "Hey, when am I getting a cocktail?"
Have you made that any other times?
I have since then. Yeah, I actually did a girly get together with some of my female neighbors.
Oh wow!
Where I made cocktails. We drank a lot of cocktails. I've got to say.
Which one is your top?
The margarita is very popular.
But
I
that's
don't
the one
like
you make the best.
But that people really like. I think they like the salt rim.
So for you, how would you rate them? 1 to 3. What are your top 3s in terms of changing your life?
Changing my life, definitely positivity number 1. Then I'd say mixology and veganism probably together. Yeah.
Cheating. What's 3 then? If those are together, that's 2. What's 3?
3.
Between coding, Greek, and
coding
and TikTok.
Coding gave me an absolutely new appreciation of a technical skill that I had no knowledge of at all. I was so greener than my jumpsuit.
That's impossible. That's super green.
I once wore this in front of a green screen. That's another story. Don't do that. Which challenge did you find the hardest, the most challenging?
TikTok, funny enough.
Really?
Yes. Imagine it's even worse than Greek.
Oh, the Greek one broke me.
I think because I came into the TikTok challenge with expecting for it to be easy. And then when I started doing, I felt stupid in front of the camera. So I think my expectations were super warped. I think so for me, TikTok is first and then Greek second, definitely. Yeah. The rest were easy, breezy. I mean, positivity would be third, difficult one. Yeah, the rest were fine.
I think what I've most enjoyed actually of this whole season 1 experience is just getting input from people for new challenges.
Oh, yes.
Input for people who say, oh, I would definitely love to do that. Or you guys are crazy. Why on earth are you doing this? Especially on Instagram. We've got a lot in our inbox.
Exactly.
Just about people both congratulating us and also just wondering, why are we doing this?
And people who are telling us what they're trying. I think you have her name. Should we shout her out?
Yeah.
What's her Instagram handle?
So we've had, Kate Ladash.
Kate Ladash, shout out to you.
Shout out. Definitely taking on new challenges and being inspired to take on more. And she's also given us some new challenge ideas.
Yeah, she messages a lot. Yeah.
We had our vegan expert, Amanda, who went out of her comfort zone taking part in episode 1.
Oh, yeah.
We had our coding expert, Joseph Mugor from MobiDev, who took on his own challenge.
Yeah, he's learning Spanish.
He's learning Spanish, probably much more successfully than we learned Greek.
Spanish is way easier.
Yeah, but it depends on the person.
That's true.
I think he's just more dedicated than us. So just having other people say yes at the same time or after we've said yes, to me, that's been my favorite part.
I think also the fact that people are actively waiting for the next challenge. Like my sister yesterday actively asked me, so when is the next Yes Girls episode? And I was like, ooh, we are working on it. We're working on it. Relax, which is funny because my sister I think she's always the most supportive of my creative pursuits. Even when I was a child creating a comic, she was like, when is the next one? When is the next one? So it's interesting to see that happening again with the podcast. Yeah. And she feels like she knows you. She's always sending me, things, send this to Claire and everything. So it's like we are making a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have bared ourselves, I hope, in a good and positive way.
Yeah.
That might help other people to be more vulnerable and say yes more.
Exactly. And what about the challenges we did not do?
Yes. So we were supposed to do CrossFit.
Yes, we were supposed to do for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then do a CrossFit challenge, like a competition. But of course, unfortunately, COVID wouldn't allow at the time.
Yeah.
Mixology would have culminated in a live event that we would have invited everyone to.
And we were meant to do it here in Sankara. Yeah.
So, a few things that we couldn't do, but we made the most of what we could
Yeah, so CrossFit actually became the TikTok. So we'll just push them further on. I think even the ideas we've gotten, I think the favorite one, not the favorite, but the most strange one that we should definitely try is the one for doing tarot readings or horoscopes and living through them and seeing if they're actually true. That's an interesting one. What are the other ones?
We've had suggestions for learning opera singing.
Oh yeah,
finding the best desserts in Nairobi.
DJing, that's my idea.
Yeah. Singing, writing a play, keeping timed journals.
Oh yes.
All ones that we consider, and we really want so many more suggestions.
So maybe for season 2, or what do you think?
Well, there's many more seasons to go.
So what are we doing for season 2? Should we tell them?
I think we can give a teaser. So season 2, we will still be saying yes, but we might be inviting more people to join us.
Yeah. And we might be doing things a little differently.
Because we've always got to spice things up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll just give you a little hint. I hope it's not too big. We'll be, you know the way we do things that we haven't both done before? Season 2 will be a little different.
More on that to come.
Yeah. No spoilers.
But we are preparing season 2 and we hope to do many, many more seasons because we're not done saying yes yet. Are you?
No, I'm not.
You mean yes?
Oh, I'm not done saying yes. So definitely yes.
Yes.
How do you answer that question? When someone says, do you mind? Should you say yes, I mind, or no, I don't mind?
I'll say I'm going to say yes to whatever you propose.
So every time you ask me a question, I shouldn't say no, right?
You can't say no.
So ask me another one. Try again.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Yes, we are.
Akumu, it feels like we've come a long way since we were brainstorming with coffee and red wine.
And books.
And books. Yeah, that's how this thing started, right?
When was that, actually? 2018, if I'm not wrong.
2018, we started talking about it.
Yeah.
And then we had a lot of brainstorming sessions with coffee.
Yeah.
And wine, sometimes separate, sometimes together.
Yes.
Just probably counterproductive. Yeah, we've been thinking about this for a long time.
Yeah, and we were meant to begin, I think 2019, and then we pushed it because we got busy.
Yeah.
Oh, not we. You got busy.
Let's not put blame, but when we made it happen, we really went all in.
Exactly, yeah. So this year we decided, we should do it. Actually, it was this year, right?
Yeah.
Early this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we really...
January.
We fast-tracked, and once we found Semabox that could actually produce in a really accessible way for us, then we got...
the logo made.
The logo, so we worked with Sam from Eterno Concepts to get the logo, which
Thank you, Sam.
loved. Then Pedo did our soundtrack.
Yes.
Then we got ideas from people. We got a lot of buy-in from people.
Freya was meant to be our no girl.
And she's actually turned into our yes girl.
Yeah.
Because she was meant to be the one that said, no, you guys can't do this, or no, you guys shouldn't do this.
We should still explore that perhaps. Because we in the format we wanted a no girl, someone who just plays devil's advocate in the show.
Very much devil, not the angel. The devil side. Yeah.
And she was very happy to do it.
But really, I think when we first thought of it, it's because we both really got into podcasts, or at least I had got into podcasts, and there were some podcasts that were inspiring me, and I wanted a new creative outlet because I was feeling, when you're working, you have activities, but you don't feel like you have something where you're actually creating something from scratch of your own.
Exactly, yeah. I also felt that because I had tried doing YouTube like one video a day back in 2018, but I couldn't move forward with it. I just ended it. So I needed something to get me back going, either on video or podcast, and podcast was a good idea because I listen to podcasts as we had discussed. Yeah. And I think you told me about the which podcast is that we really liked?
By the book.
Yes.
Yes, which we are definitely inspired by, and we both love. And then some other really well-produced podcasts. I mean, some of my favorites are Invisibilia.
Yes, NPR, Invisibilia. And then for me, of course, it was the self-help podcasts where we people are interviewed, very smart people or people in specific professions are interviewed. So we just put all those ideas together to make this podcast what it is.
The things that we like, we wanted to be inspired by, but create something new.
Exactly. I think in the beginning, there was no expert. Then we decided, okay, let's bring in an expert. In the beginning, we had the No Girl. What else was there in the beginning and we didn't have?
Well, I think the Do Be Learn came afterwards.
In January.
We had just a ton of ideas of things we could say yes to, and then dividing them into Do, which is more physical, Be, which is more of a lifestyle, and then Learn, which is more of a skill, something a bit more technical.
Exactly.
So we got those categories, and that helped to really focus us. And
actually, it was because we were applying for the BBC podcast competition. Yeah. And, the competition had a lot of questions of, what is the essence of the podcast? So it made us start thinking about that even before we created the podcast.
Yeah, that was a good exercise to get us to define what we were trying to do in a really succinct manner. We worked on an audio pitch for that, a written pitch. We still haven't heard back, but I'm just going to maybe assume that we didn't
There's something that we realized we were not qualified for.
Yes.
You remember what was it?
In hindsight.
It had to be one person.
Yes. And we weren't going to sacrifice one of us.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I think we set out what we set out to do, we've done so far in part, but we have so much more that we want to
There's a lot more we can do, a lot more. I don't know, maybe some changes because we realized season 1 was it's everything was packed together. You remember,
it was intense.
Yeah, it was very intense.
At some point, we were doing for a while.
2 challenges.
Living by 2, editing 1, recording 1.
Yeah, there was always something. Yeah, so I think we launched May 2nd. April 2nd.
April, yeah, it was Easter.
April 2nd, yes.
Yeah.
And I think May was our toughest month because everything was packed together. We were recording and doing 2 challenges at the same time. And doing full-time jobs. Yeah.
So tell us, what is your job? What do you do when you're not podcasting? When you're not saying yes?
Interesting question. What do I do again? I call it content marketing. So it's pretty much digital marketing, but a small part of that, which means I kind of create content for social media, for blogs, for websites, and just find a way to present it in a beautiful way or catchy way for different clients. So I work with different clients, and the major company I work for is all the way in India. It's called Telugu Communications. So if you're watching this, hi Telugu. And the rest are clients in Kenya and a few people who I work with as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is all balanced with having a full-time job, but this is a passion project for
Definitely
now. If it can become something more, we would love that.
Yes. And what do you do, Claire?
When I'm not podcasting,
yes,
I've been in the clean energy space for quite a while. So right now I'm with a clean energy company.
That's why you're wearing green.
Yes, green energy, exactly. I am exuding what I believe in. And then I do business development there. And then I have a background in impact, measurement, fundraising, the nonprofit social enterprise scene. But I generally, when I'm not working, especially since working from home and having curfew and feeling a lot more homey and like I want to create more, I spend a lot more time on other passion projects such as this one, which is my main outlet for trying new things.
Yeah, I mean, I focus on this, but I need to, carve out maybe 5 more hours, maybe to have like 30 hours in a day or something like that, so that I can do sketching as well, because I do art as well. So maybe sketching and writing as well. So those 2 things are also my other passions that I have been lagging in, but I want to give more time to.
Yeah, I definitely get a bigger kick from trying something new than I do from just doing building. I'm not very good at focusing on one skill and building that out. So I like spreading out. That's why this really works with me.
Our friend Vicky calls it multi-potentialite.
A multi-potentialite.
Yeah, so we want to be multi-potentialites.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I want to get to know you, or let's get to know the Yes Girls a bit more. Beach or mountain?
Beach, anytime. You?
Mountain. I'm from the mountains.
I knew it. Yeah, you've been to Kenya, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're doing it for both of us.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Same.
Same.
Any time of day.
Kiss, marry, kill.
Kiss everyone. Marry one person.
Uh-huh.
Not kill anyone.
No, now make it a bit more interesting. Give me celebrities or influencers in Kenya. Who would you kiss? Who would you marry? Actually, you call it differently in Britain. What do you call it?
It's not suitable for public consumption.
Really? You don't want to say it? Okay, we won't say it. So kiss, marry, kill. Who would you kiss, marry? Who would you kiss? Who would you marry? And who would you kill?
I would kiss a makeup artist because she made me look like this.
Savina, she's here. She's smiling.
I would marry Boniface Mwangi.
Wow.
And I would kill anyone who doesn't use their indicator.
Oh, you're road rage, huh?
You?
Kiss, marry, kill. I would kiss. Let me go international. I don't want to go local. Maybe I'll do one local. The marry will be local and then the kiss will be international. Kiss will be Michael B. Jordan, definitely. Kiss. Maybe do more things, but kiss start with. And marry would be, I think, this reporter guy in Kenya. What's his name? The reporter who...
The BBC reporter.
No. Oh, even that one is good. Okay, he wasn't in BBC, but Alanamu, John Alanamu.
Okay.
Oh, marry, definitely. And then kill. Oof. Kill. Damn.
If you don't want to kill anyone, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't want to kill anyone.
You can just kiss them and maybe marry them.
Yeah, kill the devil, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
What else? Who makes you cry? In an emotional way.
My mom has an amazing ability to make me cry from very small things.
Mm-hmm.
She's very emotional and I take after her, so she knows my triggers.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you ever see me on the phone in tears, it's probably just that my mom's saying something about my heritage or about how much she believes in me.
Oh, that's nice.
Which will most likely make me cry.
Okay.
You?
Jesus. I think it's a show, not a movie.
A show, not a person.
I can't think of a person. Emotionally? I only think of people who, would say something sad. I don't know. But no, I don't have anyone in mind. Maybe the last movie that almost made me cry was which one? This one, a movie on Netflix. It's called Something Billy. You know it?
Hillbilly Elegy.
Yes, I cried. Oh my goodness, I cried at the end of that movie.
Well, I need to watch that because I do like a good cry.
Watch it.
A good cathartic cry.
But it's too emotional. That movie is a lot of... It's about family and about drama. And oh my God, I cried in the end. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping in season 2 we will have more emotional roller coasters.
Yes. I hope not. Maybe good ones.
Yeah. You can take the ups. I'll take the downs.
Let's do it. Yes.
But we still have a lot more to learn about ourselves, even beyond just asking these questions for
Definitely.
you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Learning what we like, what we hate, what we can do, what we can't do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other question you have?
No.
Celebrity crush?
I only have one crush.
Which one?
You know who it is. And he's waiting for me at home.
Okay. Yes. Hi, person. My celebrity crush is the same guy at Kiss, so Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
Okay. Good. Well, I hope some of those people are watching.
Yeah. Call me.
So we want to say, as always, a huge, huge thank you to everyone that made us and this possible. So first, we want to say thank you to Semabox at Baraza Media Labs.
Thank you.
Dan and Doris. We love you.
And they made this video episode happen.
And also
Sam, our logo. Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I thought I didn't get it. Sam, our logo designer. Pedro. He made the theme music for the podcast. All our experts from Amanda to Joseph to Tag. Greek. Oh no,
Alvaro.
not Greek. Positivity was Sophon.
Sophon.
Yes. Yes, all of them. And of course, Dan, our producer, who's been very gracious with us and telling us what we need to improve on, what you can work on, what you can do better next time. Yeah.
And for not drinking the cocktails whilst we were filming so that the frame stayed straight. Thank you to all of you as well. And keep saying yes.
Yes.
Yes?
So that's it from me, Akumu.
And me, Claire.
And we are
the
Yes Girls.